Hello and welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma of My Psychic One. Gonna do your Capricorn reading for the week of January 20th through the 26th. It's been a couple weeks since New Year's, so let's take a look and see what kind of energy has shifted for us. Because I'm a Capricorn as well. Welcome back. Did you miss me? All right, let's take a look and see what's going on for Capricorn next little bit. So Capricorn has some new relationships. Watch yourself, Capricorn. We have the Knight of Swords right here. And when I have the Knight of Swords, I'm always wondering where. That's my road rage. That's the bad attitude. What's short temper, like snappy behavior. We have the Judgment card here. I personally haven't been feeling a lot of pressure and tension, but that's the three-headed dragon. That's the deadlines are coming. People are pissing you off. This has got you kind of twisted a little bit sideways. It's energy coming from all different directions to the point where you feel like, which crisis do you address first? Like, you know, in EMS, airway, breathing, circulation, you go to the most important one first, but you don't know which one to head for. I am seeing the Three of Swords. So if your conversations are landing kind of off, or you feel as if there's a little miscommunication going, I always call that one my Mercury, which, by the way, I got to check into because I feel like that happened well before Christmas, maybe around just before Thanksgiving. So we should be coming up on that soon. The Three of Swords right here is all about miscommunication. We do have the Page of Cups, which is new relationships or a renewal. I do see, Capricorn, that you're really reconciling your spiritual path. You're reconciling like where you stand versus where you choose to be. I'm also seeing the Magician. There's a lot of, see here, the Magician next to the Four of Swords, and relationship always tells me that how these two play off of one another is you have the Magician card. And that's all about like, it's go time, it's show time, you're up, right? And this is Mercury as well. But see here, we have the tension. This is Four of Swords, which is deadline. That's now. This isn't something where you have time to think. This isn't time to plan. This is, okay, you had all your training and it's time to get deployed. I am seeing some of you are giving up on certain projects because they're not growing like you want them to. You're making sure your foundation is solid before you move forward. I see you paying attention to your money and budgeting. I'm also seeing that you're of two minds right now, a split decision. You're not quite sure which direction you want to take things. Knight of Wands, though, is new projects. This right here, new projects, you were halfway in. You're not sure it's going to grow. Either that or it might take a change for the better. You're not quite sure where you're going with it yet. It is going to get easier. So I pulled a card on that right here because this made me wonder if it was, you know, how much hard work do I put into something? You can't water a dead tree, so to speak. But if you keep going, I do see the Seven of Swords, which is success and things getting easier for you. As the thing that I'm seeing most about this spread is this all has to do with mental well-being, where your head is at, emotional distress. This doesn't really feel like there's a lot of catastrophes that are literal, you know, as far as having like the Tower card or a breakup or anything like that. I am seeing that you're shifting your mindset, though, because we do have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands, tension, 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 attitude, attitude. So this is impulsive decision making. This is attitude. So with all of that going on and miscommunication, this is all cerebral problems. These are all head game, head problems. So let's take a look and see what your relationships are looking like. And then we'll pull a card from you from Divination of the Ancients. So let's take a look and see what your friends, family, work relationships look like. I got galaxies for my nails. They were super fun. I'm going to do a paint pour with the galaxy thing. I'll have to let you guys know how that turns out. Okay, Capricorn, this is your relationship energy. One more. All right. Yeah, I need a new deck. Well, Capricorn, Three of Pentacles tells me you've been spending too much time on social media or avoiding social media. As far as, there's your Tower card. I was wondering if we were going to see that. So the thing that I'm seeing for Capricorn right now is you have the Hierophant, which is stubborn. You do have a lot of opportunities in front of you as far as relationships go. And I'm seeing that you have the Two of Pentacles, which is similar to the Two of Wands in the other deck, which it talks about like you're not sure what direction it is you want to take. It's to the point where, you know, it could go left, it could go right. You're not quite sure, but you do feel here, the Empress here is telling us that it's time for you to start making a decision. It's time for things to start shifting because you're at this crossroads right here. You're trying to decide what it is you want to do next. Now, Five of Swords, this is one of those conversations that come up that have to do with, you know, how are you navigating these relationships? How are you navigating your conversations? Is it coming from love? Are they coming from love? Because with the Five of Swords, it tells me that the ends doesn't justify the means. Sometimes, you know, when people are getting hurt, and that may be you feeling hurt, where it feels like, you know, it all turned out well in the end, but the end doesn't justify it, right? I am seeing the Justice card amongst the Hierophant, so watch out for being stubborn. I see the Tower card. So all of this energy that you have going on with wondering what's going to happen next, it all boils down to the Ace of Swords right here, which is decision making. What's true is you have the Three of Wands right here, which tells me that you are watching and waiting for an outward sign. You're waiting for something else to shift, and you're just paying attention to all the wrong things. So the shift comes from within. And that's what it takes for you to get the external, like it's all about law of attraction. You know, what you perceive is what you think, and what you perceive is what you'll receive more of. And so law of attraction tells us that where our mindset is, if we feel like everything is stuck and we just look at all the things and where we're stuck, what are we doing to move things? What are we doing to lubricate that wheel? What are we doing to start that engine and crank it all going? Because here's what's true. Stuck energy is going to be stuck energy until something shifts. And if that something that needs to shift is you, then so be it. Let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. For me too, Capricorn. Here we go. For Capricorn, happy birthday to my littlest big, my biggest little, I should say. Capricorn, here you go. So fragmented. Now that goes a little bit with what the rest of the reading was saying, right? It's Shagai. So the Shagai bones talks about things being cast and you not knowing or wondering what it is, how all these parts play together. So let's take a look at it and see what it says. So Shagai, it says the worst is behind you. So if you feel as if all these catastrophes have hit, you know, I always say no storm stays over one house forever. So it's true. It doesn't feel like it when the windows are rattling and the lightning's going and it's midnight and you feel like the ceiling's going to crash in, and it might. The worst is behind you, and you can begin to breathe deeply, knowing you will never have to go through the same difficulties again, a place of such uncertainty that it left you feeling that all you cared for was torn from you, lost forever. It hasn't been easy at all to gather what little strength you have left, but sometimes we must undergo a journey of turmoil and find the haven of peace on the other side. So now, know that you are safe to release your sorrow and allow your tears to cleanse away your hurt. As though gathering back your scattered Shagai bones, your heart will knit together and you will soon feel whole again. The incantation for the week, Capricorn, is I won't turn back, I'll carry on. Hard words and sorrow made me strong. For now I rise, I'm standing tall, emotions healed, I conquer all. And the other divination meetings on the bottom of the card says the situation is healed. Time to pick up the pieces and move on. Quit playing the victim. Now, sometimes true events happen. They do. Like major events happen. And it's not about saying we weren't a victim. I think when people say stop playing the victim, it's not saying that they're devaluing the event. It's how long do you stay in the broken phase of this happened to me, and it's not this happened to me, but I can't do this thing. It's this thing happened to me and I can do these things. So it says, don't be ruled by your emotions. Focus on a positive outcome and give yourself time and permission to heal and grieve. Because here's what's true. There is no time frame. There's a little bit of balance between that, isn't there? A little bit of balance between playing the victim and giving yourself time. It's finding and striking that right balance and not letting those events hold you back. Anyways, I'm Karma. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next week. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you next time. If you want a one-on-one with me, you can find me at karmaondeck.com. Meanwhile, take care, and I will catch you on the flip side.